Today we're taking a look at an affordable watch that costs well under $100. However, I'm going to be directly comparing it to a Tissot PRX, specifically the bracelet and dial. I think are on par with a watch like the Tissot PRX, and in a lot of ways better than the Tissot PRX. Now, that's a lot to say and a lot to unpack, but this is a watch that I saw another collector wearing. I had to know where he got it and how much it cost. And when I found out for myself, I was blown away. So let's flip the camera and take a look at a Casio Edifice that I think gives the Tissot PRX a run for its money. So one of the things I love to show on my channel are watches that are affordable, that give you a lot for your money. Today we're going to take a look at a Casio Edifice. This is a watch that I saw on someone's wrist at a watch event, and when I asked them about it, they said that they bought it in Japan and that it was a Japanese domestic model only. So I asked them for the model number. They gave me the model number. They actually sent it to me later on. I looked it up and I was able to find this on Amazon here in the United States, and they have them. You could just buy them. So I'm not sure if that's true, if this is actually a Japanese domestic model only, but either way, US Amazon does have it, and we're going to talk about it. This is a pretty cool watch for the price, and I'll start with price. I usually don't, but this was $79 on Amazon. I think they have them for $89 right now. So for some reason, whenever you buy a watch, they sort of adjust the price on it. I think the retail price on this is like 100 and change, and they have it for $89 right now. But you can get them for like $73 on Amazon if you want a returned model. So you get them, I guess people buy them, they return them, and then they sell them for a slight discount. So you can get them, slightly discounted if you want to. So this is a Casio Edifice, and I could see why maybe not a lot of people buy them off of Amazon here in the States, because they have this listed as a 48mm watch. And right off the bat, I just want to show you, this is not a 48mm watch. It's a 42mm watch, essentially. You do get these big sort of, I don't want to call it a crown guard because it's not on the crown side, it's on the crown side as well, so you do have crown guards, but you also have this little jut out on the side of the case as well. But if you measure even there with the crown, it's 46mm, so I don't know where they got that measurement. The lug to lug on here is just about 47mm, so 47.5. with the bracelet 52mm. It's extremely thin because of course this is a quartz movement, 8.6mm thick, but it does get 100 meters of water resistance. And one of the reasons why I loved this watch when I saw it was, well, there are two reasons. It reminds me a lot of the PRX from Tissot, and it's not the case that reminds me of the PRX, it's the bracelet. The bracelet is phenomenal on this watch. You have polishing on the sides. It is friction pins in here, but opening up the clasp is not terrible. It is pressed, of course, basically fully pressed, but you do have 4 positions of micro adjust. $89, this is completely acceptable. It's the finishing on the top of the bracelet and the way that the bracelet actually feels in hand. It is a solid link bracelet. It's brushed, and then you have polishing that sort of peeks at you through the side of each one of the links, very similar to the way that the PRX is set up. This also gets a sapphire crystal, not a mineral crystal. So this is a sapphire crystal with AR coating, and the AR coating works really well on here, better than what you get from the Tissot PRX. This gets a vertically brushed silver dial with applied indices, and then you have a chapter ring that is in a silver color with black markings and a minute track on there as well. You have a blue seconds hand, and I gotta say, the details here are excellent. They did a phenomenal job for a $79, $89 watch, and even at retail, this is really very, very nice. You do have a big crown on here, and it's grippy, It's easy to use. It does hack because, of course, it's a quartz movement, so why wouldn't it? That's a very good thing. The crown is signed. I didn't do measurement on the crown. 5.5 millimeters. Screwed in case back. Of course, you don't get a screwed in crown, and the case back just says Edifice on it, Casio. Hey, I don't think it looks bad at all. Actually, the quality of the case back is pretty high. Again, for the price of this watch, I am really impressed. I don't know if they make actual straps for this watch, but I would love to see what this watch looks like on a strap. And look how much it tapers. It tapers a lot as well. Really a very nice design. The side of the case, you have a lot of angles and things to look at. So it's not like just a plain slab-sided case on a watch that is, obviously a pretty affordable watch. There's a little plastic here. I'm just gonna take that off. But you can see you have sort of angled lugs. Everything is polished, but it looks really good. And the polishing is very, very nice on here. I mean, it's, an affordable watch, but you're getting a decent finish on the watch. And, the crown side of the watch is very similar to the other side of the watch, except of course you have a crown in the middle of that little jut out. The bezel is polished and brushed, and the top is completely brushed, and it's sort of a vertical brushing, which looks very good as well, very crisp as well. I think they did a great job on this watch. Of course, it's a Casio, so the quality is actually very, very good. You have fence post hands that are sort of fence post sword hands, sort of, and it looks like there is lume in the hands. I don't know if there's lume anywhere else on this dial. I would be surprised. It doesn't look like it for this price, but we will do a lume shot right now. I just hit it with the UV light and it looks like it's only the hands that are lume, but we'll find out. Let me quickly throw it on my wrist. So keep in mind, this is listed as a 48 millimeter watch. Definitely does not wear like a 40 millimeter watch or a 48 millimeter watch, excuse me. It wears like a 42 millimeter watch, and I'll show you that in just a few seconds. Today I have on Manta. So this is the Manta Triumph. This has to go back to the brand. I literally just released a review on this. Really a fantastic, fantastic watch. This has a crazy good bracelet on it as well. But I have to say that the PRX has a very, very good bracelet, and so does this watch. I am really impressed. This is on the same level as that PRX. I have always said that the PRX has a phenomenal bracelet, especially considering the price. And this has a bracelet that I would say is almost on par with that watch. And I gotta say, for the price, this is incredible. Not like that PRX. This is a phenomenal price. Because the PRX, is a $625 watch. Very affordable, Swiss construction, but it's not an $89 watch. Look at that. It's good, and it's thin. So it does wear very close to the wrist. I think it wears very nice, and definitely not a 48 millimeter watch. Does it wear like a 42 millimeter watch? Yeah, I would say it wears like a 42 millimeter watch, maybe a 43 millimeter watch, because of this little extra area right here. If they didn't do that, it would wear, a little bit smaller. It does taper on both sides, so it doesn't actually bother your wrist at all. So it doesn't feel bigger. It just looks physically bigger on your wrist than it actually might be. That's it. All in all, I am very impressed with this watch for $89. It's why I bought it. And like I said, when I saw someone wearing it, I was like, what is that? And they were like, oh, it's a Casio Edifice. And I was like, that's incredible. That looks phenomenal on your wrist for a Casio. And they told me how much they paid for it in Japan, which was more than what I paid for it here. I have to be honest with you. So I don't know if they were just telling me a price to appease me, but I was like, wow, that seems like a really good price for that watch. And then I saw it on Amazon for $79. So obviously it was a no-brainer for me, and I purchased it. Very quickly, a lume shot will wrap up the video. So if I'm using the PRX as a benchmark, I would say this is not as good as the PRX, but of course it is a lot cheaper than the PRX. It's basically a fraction of what the PRX actually costs. I think in the States it's almost around what the taxes are if you get this for $79. So you don't have any lume anywhere on the indices. You do have lume on the hands, and the hands are decently applied. You don't have any lume on the second hand, so you won't be able to see that your watch is actually working in the dark. Other than that, the hour and minute hands, I guess liberally applied with lume, decently applied with lume. Anyway, tell me what you think down in the comments below. What do you think of this watch? The fact that it costs well under $100 and you're getting a bracelet on here that is really very, very nice. And then of course the dial, and I'll do close-ups of the dial. The dial is phenomenal on this watch for the price. And you can see the lume isn't, fading. It's actually not very bright to begin with, but it's not fading very quickly. The case shape, the whole thing here, I think it's a very attractive watch for the price. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog, all one word. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. One of those links is to this watch. If you are interested in this watch, obviously I've added a link down below. That is an affiliate link. If you click that link, it doesn't cost you anything extra. However, it helps support the channel and I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.